Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Well, isn't that really the reason why Fargo gets 80% of the new families?
Tough questions, even tougher to get answers many times. Lutheran Social Services CEO Jessica Thomason appearing before the Cass County Social Services Board meeting today. She was invited to attend last month's meeting but failed to show up.
Today, Thomason provided many answers how LSS handles refugees, but others were beyond her reach. Valley News Team's immigration and relocation reporter Bradford Eric shows us what happened at today's meeting and why it's affecting your wallet here in Cass County.
Essentially, that's what I want to figure out. What does it actually cost? Because nobody seems to know. I've seen studies online that say each refugee immigrant costs $260,000 or $220,000.
Again, more questions than answers.
Beyond those 90 days, what happens next year? Where are these people going? What are they doing? We know they're doing good, but at what cost? Can we keep supporting it? I don't know, and that's what we need to figure out.
Commissioner Chad Peterson wants to know how much does it cost the county for each new refugee coming in.
I don't care what it is, whether it's social services, whether it's law enforcement, what have you. The unfunded mandates are what really put the strain on property taxes.
Commissioner Peterson says if services are being strained by the resettlement program, putting nearly 80% of the people in Cass County, they need to know that. But it's a hard question for LSS CEO Jessica Thomason to answer.
There's no guarantee that I either have every answer or know every answer.
Thomason says it's important that her organization remain open to answering questions. Commissioners grilled her about the security checks process for Syrian refugees, how much money LSS makes and how it's spread out, and why Cass County has to bear the brunt of the resettlement program in the state.
So we want to make sure we're getting the right information to people who want it, when they want it, that it's accurate, and we'll continue to try to do a better job of that.
And while both the commissioners and CEO walked away not wholly satisfied, it's still an issue at the front of many people's minds. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
This is a topic and story we have been covering in depth for months now. To see our other stories, just visit our website and click on the Refugee Resettlement in the Valley Today tab.
The man accused of kidnapping and sexually assaulting a woman at a gas station in Mapleton, North Dakota, appeared in court today after refusing to show up in court last Friday. Abdul Rahman Ali faces several counts, including gross sexual imposition, kidnapping, and terrorizing. Investigators say Ali forced a woman working at Gordy's Travel Plaza into the woman's bathroom, locked the door, and started assaulting her. The victim tells police that she could hear Ali mumbling but couldn't understand what he was saying. He faces life in prison without parole. Jacob Dittmer, a former Moorhead hockey standout, changed his plea to guilty today to criminal sexual conduct. Dittmer was accused of climbing through a 14-year-old girl's bedroom window and having sex with her in June. Dittmer's sentencing is scheduled for February.
Well, our dream December weather continues. The longer we can keep this up, the better it's going to be. Let's find out from Hutch what we can expect tonight. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Stephanie. We have very quiet weather and it continues. We had high temperatures today that were very nice. Clouds building in from the west as well, but those clouds are bringing at least a chance for some mixed precipitation during the overnight hours and into tomorrow. Gorgeous sunset captured on our tower cam time lapse. Here's your evening planner for tonight. If you're out and about, nearly steady temperatures will stay in the lower 30s for most of the evening. Mostly cloudy skies, a light south breeze. So bundle up, but don't expect anything too challenging this evening. By morning, though, some of us may have some slippery weather to talk about. And we'll give you the hour-by-hour details on that here in just a couple of moments.
Amazing how December's been so mild.
It's very nice, yes.
Thanks, Hutch.
Investigators say it's still unclear if a popular teen game played in the role in the crash that killed two Lakeville, Minnesota high school students. 18-year-old Johnny Price and 17-year-old Jake Flynn died when their vehicle rolled Friday afternoon. Two others were injured in the crash.
The game in question is called Nerf Wars. Teenagers shoot at each other with toy guns, and the person who gets all their targets wins. Nerf Wars has been speculated as a possible cause of the crash, and sheriff's officials have said they will look into the possibility. Valley News Team's Christine Stamwood uncovers more about the game and if it can be a threat to your child.
Friends of Lakeville South High School remember Johnny Price and Jake Flynn, two teenagers killed while driving on Friday afternoon. The Dakota County Sheriff says he will know this week if a game involving Nerf guns had anything to do with their death.
It's called Nerf Wars.
Some students at NDSU say they played the game in high school, but not on school property.
People shooting each other with a Nerf gun, and once you get shot, you have to wait until someone comes and saves you, or you're out until the next game starts.
There's different names and versions for the popular game, which is similar to Capture the Flag.
Anybody who had a team of, I think it was 6, got to join. And it was freshmen through seniors. Anybody in the high school could participate.
We reached out to some Moorhead High School students who didn't want to be on camera, but they say that they played the game last year. Moorhead School says, quote, "If it's happening, it's not happening on school grounds." Isaiah, a student from Wisconsin, says it was a game him and his classmates played. Do you think that there's any danger surrounding Nerf War?
Depending on your environment and where you are, yeah.
And Megan was shocked to hear that Nerf War may have been a contributing factor to the Lakeville student's death.
I know that people get competitive, but that's just kind of scary that that's how far it went.
The intention isn't to hurt anyone, and it's not real guns, it's just Nerf guns.
For a game that's supposed to bring classmates together.
It was just for fun. It wasn't like super intense.
In Fargo, Christine Stanwood, Valley News Live.
It was fun. It was all meant to be a good time.
Now, there are teens posting their Nerf War videos to Twitter using Southside Nerf. That account has recently been changed to Lakeville Strong in remembrance of Flynn and Price. Fargo police say that they're not concerned about the game happening in our area. If you want to stay up to date on this story, stick with valleynewslive.com.
A woman contacted our whistleblower hotline saying she's upset after seeing someone selling a high-powered tactical rifle on a Facebook group. This is the post that caught her eye. She, like many, are concerned after recent events. We did some checking into what the laws are. If you buy a gun at any store, they run a background check. They then file standard paperwork through the ATF. But selling from person to person, like on Facebook, the same requirements do not exist.
We're not regulated by anybody, but I mean, it falls under, our Second Amendment, basically, in the regular laws you have. People who sell it, they're just putting their ad up on there. We're just using it as a medium.
Fargo police say they have nothing to do with any gun sales online or these Facebook groups. Keep in mind, if you're trying to conceal and carry, you will need a license to do so. And if you need any help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, here's some advice. Call our whistleblower hotline, 701-237-6576. Call that number and leave your tip.
A woman reported missing from Castleton, North Dakota, has been found. 25-year-old Stephanie Plushkett is in the Cass County Jail facing charges for possession of meth and violating parole. She had not been heard from since October 10th.
A 34-year-old man was arrested after Cass County deputies were called to a rollover early this morning and then arrested the man for DUI. Investigators say Christopher Welly was traveling north on 170th Avenue in Richland County and failed to stop at State Highway 46. He then ended up rolling his vehicle into the ditch. Now, deputies conducted field sobriety testing based on observations. They arrested Welly. That crash remains under investigation. And an 18-year-old has been arrested in East Grand Forks for burglary. Christopher Johnson of Grand Forks is charged with burglary in the 3rd degree, attempted felony theft, and several misdemeanor charges. Several people in the area of 2nd Avenue Northeast have reported suspicious activity, including a lock being pried and tires being stolen off a pickup.
A stubborn fire has destroyed a Crookston, Minnesota home. The home was engulfed in flames when fire crews arrived. Nobody was hurt, but the home is a total loss. A state fire marshal ruled the cause accidental due to recent renovations to the home.
December 7th, 1941, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt calling it a day which will live in infamy. Today marks the 74th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. It was just before 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Nearly 400 Japanese warplanes attacked the home port of the United States Pacific Fleet. About 2,400 Americans were killed. Another 1,200 were wounded, many while attempting to repel the attack. And that attack prompted the United States to enter World War II, a 4-year effort costing more than 400,000 American lives. Here in the Valley, both Minnesota and North Dakota governors ordered flags lowered to half staff to pay respect to those who lost their lives during the attack and to honor those who served.